In the heart of Preston is a training ground for the forensic scientists and criminal investigators of the future. At the University of Central Lancashire's Department of Forensic and Investigative Science, students learn the specialist skills needed to catch criminals. Grisly scenes and shallow graves are all part of the course, exposing the students to the grim reality of murder, rape, robbery and other gruesome crimes. Coming up, first year Phil Smith attends the crime scene of a petrol station stick-up, and second year Rachel Webb examines trace evidence from an armed robbery. It's midweek in downtown Preston, and with lectures over for another day, it's time for student Phil Smith and his mates to party.
We've had a few beers in bar Senza. The plan now is to move on to the next bar. We're going to use up our vouchers to get some cheap drinks, and then let's get pissed, basically. Let's go!
It's student night in town, with pubs and clubs offering cheap drinks to anyone with an NUS card. Phil and friends are taking advantage, touring the city on a pub crawl.
Yeah, well, I've got no credit, mate. Is everyone ready to get pissed? Hey!
Excellent! All student people go to Squires, but we're not going there tonight because we're special. You're special.
I've got Velcro shoes.
Right, we're going to go to rope roll tonight because it's cheap. I'm just going to get pissed instead of pulling because he never pulls and neither do I.
Reverse digging.
Let's run. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Right, we're going to rope roll. Come on. Right.
Preston is a city with 25,000 resident students, living away from home for the first time and determined to make the most of it. Pints later, it's time to head home.
Hey, where's the beach? I'm pretty alright, so I'm going to go home and get into bed.
No! Let's not finish up here.
It's the end of the night for Phil and friends, but the next morning, he is feeling the effects and he's not alone. Classmate Steve Oakes has crashed on the floor.
This is Steve-O after a Wednesday night. It's a Thursday, man. Say hello, Steve-O.
No, it's not fucking good morning at all. Yeah, so far it's a pretty painful morning.
Last night it was pound a pint, so we took advantage. Spent a tenner, 10 pints. This plate wasted. I'm feeling pretty shit, pretty rough, and fuck, I need to go back to bed. And it's now about 8:15, is it? It's 20 past.
It's what fucking time?
Steve doesn't have classes this morning, but Phil's not so lucky.
I have to get up once every 2 weeks before 8 o'clock. Oh, and it's, as you can see, toast. I'm fucked, basically.
But Phil's going to have his wits about him because his day's class involves more than just a boring lecture.
And we'll just say goodbye to Steve.
Fuck. Well, do us a favour and go slap him one.
On the other side of town, forensic student Rachel Webb is celebrating a special day with her friend Carrie.
It's my birthday today, and I'm so excited. This is my scale electrics I got from my little sister. I can't even get it to go around a little circle at the moment, so Carrie's trying to teach me how to do it properly.
And she's received some other interesting gifts.
Well, my dad, bless his heart, yeah, thought it would be a good idea for me to have one of these. Wait for it, this is a cracking present. My very own toolkit.
Yeah, but look at that. What is that?
I've got no idea. I don't even know.
No, but look, you've even got those for like tying things together and stuff.
Which is quite cool.
Just do it really, really fast.
Yes, there you go.
But Rachel's still got to go to uni.
So we've got to go and get our stuff ready and go. But I don't want to. I want to stay here.
No, I don't want to.
But think of the pub.
I know.
Go out drinking. Right, we're going to get our stuff ready now.
Right, I'll go and get mine.
Rachel and Carrie have a special night planned, but first they have to solve an armed robbery. Over on campus, crime scene expert Kev Pritchard is preparing Phil's class. 3 cars have been involved in different crimes, and each car holds vital forensic evidence that needs to be recovered. Car 1 is a hit and run.
What we need to do is try and simulate the damage caused to the vehicle by a body going over the top of the roof.
Car 2 was involved in a shooting.
This vehicle's been involved in a robbery of a petrol filling station, if you like.
One of the offenders were accidentally injured during the melee, if you like, during the escape.
But the last car is the most disturbing.
This vehicle was believed to have been involved in a child abduction and murder. It was found on waste ground at a later point. We put some blood on here, maybe from the driver's hands, as he's gotten out of the vehicle. There's lots of things they could recover in here, but there's also this blood-stained rope, which they should pick up on straight away. That's it then.
It will be up to Phil to retrieve the evidence for one of the cars. Having arrived at the lab, Carrie and Rachel set to work investigating a major crime. It's involving an armed stick-up.
It's at a charity function at Waterhouse Manor, and it was basically disturbed by a masked man. The man appeared to have gained entry by forcing a door at the rear of a property. The man wielded a shotgun and demanded that all the guests place their jewellery into a sack which he passed around. One of the guests tried to run towards the door and the man fired his gun into the air. The chandelier above was shattered.
Using forensic evidence from the scene, it's Rachel's job to match evidence recovered from the suspect's home.
Basically, we're just trying to see if the 2 people they've arrested if we can find anything that pins them to the scene of the crime.
Shotgun casings, blood samples and DNA have all been found, along with a jumper covered in fragments of glass. If Rachel can match it to the shattered chandelier, then she can place a suspect at the scene of the crime. Phil's arrived at the lab ready to attend the crime scene of a getaway car used in a robbery.
You're going to examine a car per group, and it's up to you to basically get your kit together, check it, make sure you've got all the equipment you need, because once you leave the lab, you won't be allowed back in.
With the clock ticking, it's up to Phil and his crime team to kit up and get over to the crime scene as quickly as possible. Down at the crime scene, Phil gets a look at the car for the first time. During the robbery, shots were fired and someone's blood decorates the side window. In these situations, important decisions need to be made fast.
There's not many gunshot wounds, even though it's a gunshot scenario. But there isn't really much here. Bit of blood, take some DNA swabs or something. Take some photos first, it's a bit good idea.
Scenes of crime officers use photography to fix the scene, establishing the location of each piece of forensic evidence. The photos would normally be used in a court of law, so it's important that Phil's team get it right. Back at the crime lab, Rachel is making progress with the glass from the armed robbery.
Right, all we're looking for here is just to see if there are any patterns on the glass or anything that is individual to that type of glass, and see if we can identify whereabouts it could have come from. For example, if it was from a car on a window screen, you might see the marks made from the window screen wipers on it.
Rachel's first job is to study the glass through a microscope, comparing both samples for similarities.
This glass is quite smooth, it's kind of blue in colour.
Then it's put through a more complex process.
Because we've got quite a few samples here, it's probably best to do 2 or 3 of them, and then we'll put it onto a grim machine.
The grim is a high-tech machine that measures the refractive index of glass, an accurate way of telling if the 2 glass samples match, but Rachel will have to wait for the result. Back at the crime scene, Phil's finished the photographs, but mistakes are being made.
They're making all the usual mistakes. No masks, hoods down, and they know they're in the vicinity of potential DNA sources. I've already clocked people wandering inside the vehicles without fibre taping the seats. They're by no means trained soccos, but they're doing okay.
But Phil thinks he's found something.
See, the lock's been busted, it's been broken into, and if you see here, there's like fingerprints. There's one there, another one there, and then like a thumbprint just there. I hope they're not mine. That won't be linked too good. Fingerprinting, basically different powders are used on different surfaces. It basically just brings up the fingerprint when you dust over it. We mainly use aluminium powder. It just comes up dark. You just basically get like sticky tape. I forgot what the name is. You just stick on top of it, pull the fingerprint, and the fingerprint will be stuck to the tape. Yeah, but you have to watch out with the girls when they're doing this, because they start like putting powder on the face, the aluminium powder with the brush, like getting the lipstick out.
Over on the next car, fellow student Bob Thorthwaite has a more gruesome situation to sort out.
Well, our scenario is there's someone been kidnapped and been stabbed in the throat. Gemma, did you say you found the knife? There's another one here. We've actually found the knife, so that's good evidence.
Halfway through the test and things are going well, but Phil has yet to find any firearms and time is running out. Back in the lab, Rachel has received the glass results and it's looking good.
And what these show is, if you can see, the refractive index is exactly the same on all of these as these. So basically the glass found on one of the suspects' jumpers matches the glass found from the chandelier, basically pinpointing him at the scene of the crime.
The rest of Rachel's team have also had positive results, matching hair, fibre and ballistic evidence to the suspect. With all this, the outcome is positive.
From the evidence that I've got from the hairs and the fibres and the glass, I think that he was at the scene of the crime and therefore the most likely candidate for committing the crime.
Back at the crime scene, Phil has made an important discovery.
We got a bullet as well, yeah? It's just on the floor. We got a cartridge, sorry. Did you just pick it up?
Yeah, just got rubbed on it.
Do you have to do 2 separate bags for like 2 different cartridges? Another cartridge under the seat. So, definitely a gunshot.
Found a bad boy. Found a bad boy.
Ah, we've got the gun. We found the good old gun. I've got a big bag. We found the gun. A big bag. A big bag.
In a real-life situation, a firearm expert will be called to the scene to make the guns safe.
Make sure it doesn't go off. Kill us. Kill us all. See how the girls just didn't find anything.
And it doesn't take long before Phil comes up trumps again.
Also got a balaclava. Get that in the bag as well.
Over on the other car, Bob's also making progress.
We've just 1 or 2 more things to do. We haven't done any fingerprinting at all yet, which is probably the hardest part. But it seems to be going all right. We'll let you know when we've finished.
Had a look in the car, we found a balaclava, we found a gun cartridges, gun bullets. So
enough to seal a conviction, enough to put someone down for life.
With Rachel's classes over for the day, she's getting ready for her birthday celebrations.
We're having a girly night tonight, and because then we'll just stay happy and, you know, nobody will go off anywhere. We're just going to have a girly night and just all have fun together, aren't we? I need to decide what to wear now, then. To be honest, I've actually decided about 2 weeks ago what I was going to wear. Right, I need to put some makeup on. Oh dear. I'm going to have to sleep in this room tonight. Whereas I'm having trainers so I can dance about and be stupid and it doesn't matter. God, my room's an absolute mess. I don't even know why we bother, because nobody will notice when we get in there anyway. Right, I need to get some more drink. By the end of the night, though, we're going to be so drunk it doesn't even matter what we're going to look like. We'll look...
Well, I don't drink alcohol.
I won't even be able to see.
Meanwhile, Phil's still at college and Kev is ready to reveal the answers.
OK, what I'm going to do is go through each scenario and then go through each vehicle.
Before coming to the university, Kev worked as a scenes of crimes officer for the Lancashire Police. He knows exactly where to look for clues.
People who steal cars don't like to attract attention to themselves, so they tend to put the seatbelts on, and you will get fingerprints on the silver buckle on there. This is an ignition cowling. Gets ripped off during the course of a theft of a vehicle to hotwire it. You will not find any fingerprints on the inside other than the offenders. And that's why it's so good.
Another good place for prints is the mirrors. After stealing a car, criminals tend to adjust them. Kev moves on to Bob's car, and it doesn't take him long to find missed evidence.
In the boot here, there are lots and lots of things, but in with everything. There's some bloodstained rope here that you missed. That was the relevant stuff inside the... I do believe you photographed it as well.
Phil's car is next, but has his team missed vital evidence?
So how many cartridge cases did you find? 2. You got a torch? Oh, that'll do. That's a shotgun cartridge. What happens, all the pellets are in there, and that is called wadding.
The shotgun casing was the only thing Phil missed, and Kev is philosophical about their performance.
The intention was to be slightly harsh on the debrief then, to try and to get them to take it a bit more seriously. But on the whole, it wasn't too bad.
We did get a lack of things like lack of fingerprints, and like you said before, lack of seriousness, which is pretty the main point really. We should have been more committed.
We seemed to do OK, but we missed a crucial bit of evidence, which obviously was the rope in the back.
Mainly got everything except for the gun cartridge, which Kev always finds something extra you've missed.
The rest of the evidence we got, so we're quite pleased about that, but it may not have been packaged right, but we'll get that right next time.
Absolutely knackered, but the problem is I've got to shoot over for a lecture now. Kev's as well, so can't be excused for going home and going to bed. But really dry him off. Bad night last night. So.
Meanwhile, Rachel's friends have arrived, and the party is started with sparklers.
There's still this right up. You're Doris. I'm getting really scared. Wow. I'm really frightened. Stop it.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Look, you've got a burn there.
Meanwhile, Phil is having a quiet night in.
The menu, cheap hot chicken curry and rice with naan bread. It's great being a student. Fine cuisine. Sometimes I don't eat all week, just go home. Weekends, my mum makes me something. I'm not a bad cook. I can make cheese and toast and beans on toast and things.
Phil's ambition is to become a police officer.
Speaking of joining the police force, I stole this plate about 6 years ago from high school. I'll give it him back one day. But until then, it's mine. The plate goes everywhere with me. It's the only plate I've got. So. Yeah, the main time I do cook is when I wake up in the morning at home. Last year I had a dressing gown on and I set it on fire and all my arm went up in flames and that. I'm shocking at cooking.
While Phil waits for dinner, Rachel and friends have arrived at the club.
Isn't it? We're all having a good time and we're all together and we're all dancing and it's cool. We're having a fab time, aren't we? Yeah. And we're not too drunk either, which is quite good.
No, but I think you need to get more really, don't you?
No, I don't need to get any more
drunk.
drunk.
You do. It's your birthday, Rachel.
I know, but I'll be stupid and I'll make a fool out of myself and I'll end up falling on the floor.
Back in halls, it's dinner time for Phil.
This is the perfect life, really. Get up late, go to lecture, then go out, because it's like really cheap to go out around town.
After a hard day, a chicken curry is a perfect way for Phil to wind down.
Perfect.
And it's not only Phil who's thinking of food.
The plan now is takeaway and then bed, I think. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Chicken burger or something. Batter sausage and chips, kebab, something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Really, really good.
A burger, yeah. And I'm knackered. Totally knackered now.
They should give us a return.
Next time on Forensics School, Richard and Cara come face to face with death.
So he took a piece of broken glass and cut his face off piece by piece and handed it to his dog, who ate it.
Edith enters a house of horrors.
Oh, lovely! Have you seen this?
It's classic.
And CK goes ballistic.
I'm hyped.